wants to read a story tonight? Or today? Cinderella. She's so pretty. She has such a pretty dress. Uh-oh, look. She's at the dance. The ball. Oh, here we go. I'll read it and then I'll show you the pages, okay? Once upon a time, in a faraway kingdom, there lived a widowed gentleman and his lovely daughter, Ella. Ella was a beautiful girl, and she had golden hair, and her eyes were as blue as forget-me-nots. Do you know what forget-me-nots are? They're flowers. The gentleman was kind and devoted father, and he gave Ella everything her heart desired, but he felt she needed a mother. So he married again, choosing for his wife a woman who had 2 daughters. Their names were Anastasia and Drizella. The gentleman soon died. Then the stepmother's true nature was revealed. She was only interested in her mean, selfish daughters. The stepmother gave Ella a little room in the attic, old rags to wear, and all of the housework to do. Soon everyone called her Cinderella because she cleaned the fireplaces and was covered in cinder. But Cinderella had many friends. The old horse and Bruno the dog loved her. The mice loved her too. She protected them from her stepmother's nasty cat, Lucifer. 2 of her favorite mice were Gus and Jack. Cinderella was kind to everyone, even Lucifer, but Lucifer took advantage of her kindness. Oh, look at the horse. There he is. He's in the crack of the book. That's cute. Lucifer liked to get Cinderella in trouble. Oh, one morning he chased Gus into Anastasia's breakfast tray. She screamed and blamed Cinderella. "Come here," the stepmother said to Cinderella. "The windows, wash 'em. Then scrub the terrace, sweep the hall, and of course, there's the laundry to do." And in another part of the kingdom, the king was worried about his son. "It's high time he married and settled down," he told the Grand Duke. "But sire," said the Grand Duke, "we must be patient." "No buts about it," shouted the king. "We'll have a ball tonight. It'll be very romantic. Send out the invitations." When the invitation arrived, Cinderella's stepmother announced, "There's a ball in honor of the prince. Every eligible maiden is to attend." "That means I can go too," Cinderella said. "Well, I see no reason why you can't," the stepmother replied with a sly smile. "If you get your work done and if you can find something suitable to wear." Cinderella had hoped to fix her old party dress, but Anastasia and Drizella wanted her to help them instead. The stepmother kept her busy too, and Cinderella worked hard all day long. When she finally returned to her little attic room, it was almost time to leave for the ball, and her dress wasn't ready. But the loyal mice had managed to find ribbons, sashes, ruffles, and bows. The mice had sewn them for her party dress, and it looked so beautiful. The stepsisters shrieked when they saw Cinderella. "There's my ribbons, my sash!" They tore her dress to shreds. Come along now, girls, said the stepmother, and they left Cinderella behind. That wasn't nice. Cinderella ran into the garden. She wept and wept. Do you know what wept is? That means she cried. Suddenly, a hush fell over the garden, and a cloud of lights began to twinkle and glow around Cinderella's head. Do you hear that? There's the trash truck outside. Oh, I don't think we can go see it. I think he's too far gone. Oh, he's noisy. Come on now, dry those tears, said a gentle voice. Then a small woman appeared in the cloud. You can't go to the ball looking like that. What in the world did I do with that magic wand? Oh, look at there. She's the lovely grandma, huh? Oh, boy. Look at the dog. Well, he's cute. What do you think that she's going to do with her magic wand? Oh, magic wand, gasped Cinderella. You must be a fairy godmother. The woman pulled the magic wand out of thin air. The first thing you need is a pumpkin. A cloud of sparkles floated across the garden. A pumpkin rose up and swelled into an elegant coach. The mice turned into horses, and the old horse became a coachman, and Bruno became a footman. Well, hop in, my dear, said the woman. But my dress, said Cinderella. The fairy godmother looked at it. Good heavens! With a wave of her wand, she turned the rags into an exquisite gown, and on Cinderella's feet were tiny glass slippers. How beautiful is that? You'll have only till midnight, fairy godmother said. At the stroke of 12, the spell will be broken. Everything will be as it was before. Cinderella promised to leave the ball on time. Then, under a shower of magic sparkles, she stepped into her coach and was swept away to the palace. When Cinderella arrived at the ball, the prince was yawning with boredom. Then he caught the sight of her. Ignoring everyone else, the prince walked over to Cinderella. He kissed her hand and asked her to dance, and they swirled around the dance floor. The prince didn't leave Cinderella's side all night. They danced every dance together. As the lights dimmed and sweet music floated out the summer night, Cinderella heard the clock begin to chime. Oh my goodness, she said. It's midnight. I must go. Goodbye. Wait, come back, called the prince. I don't even know your name. Cinderella hurried down the palace steps, and in her haste she lost one of her slippers. She leaped into the waiting coach. As soon as the coach went through the gates, the magic spell was broken. Cinderella found herself standing by the side of the road, dressed in her old rags, and on one foot she wore one glass slipper. There it is. See it up there? Her coachman was an old horse again, and the footman was Bruno the dog. Her coach was a hollow pumpkin, and her horses were 4 of her mouse friends. They looked sadly at Cinderella. They all hurried home. They had to be back before the others returned from the ball. The next day, the stepmother told the girls that Grand Duke was coming to see them. He's been hunting all night for that girl, the one who lost her slipper. That girl shall be the prince's bride. Cinderella smiled and hummed a waltz that had been playing at the ball. The stepmother became suspicious, and she locked Cinderella in her room. Gus and Jack had a plan to help Cinderella. While Anastasia and Drizella tried to squeeze their big old feet into the little glass slipper, the two mice sneaked into the stepmother's pocket. They got a hold of the key, lugged it upstairs, and unlocked the door. Cinderella rushed downstairs to try on the glass slipper. "May I try it on?" Cinderella asked. The wicked stepmother fumed. She tripped the footman who was holding the glass slipper, and it fell to the floor and broke into 1,000 pieces. "But you see," Cinderella said, reaching into her pocket. "Grandma's busy, isn't she? That dumb old phone." "But you see," Cinderella said, reaching into her pocket, "I have the other one." And she put it on, and it fit her perfectly. From that moment on, everything was a dream come true. Cinderella went off to the palace with the happy Grand Duke. The prince was overjoyed to see her, and so was the king. Cinderella and the prince were soon married. In her happiness, Cinderella didn't forget about her animal friends. They all moved into the castle with her. Oh boy. Look at that. Isn't she beautiful? And there with her puppy dog and her horse. Oh, beautiful. Everyone in the kingdom was delighted with the prince's new bride, and Cinderella and the prince lived happily ever after. Oh my goodness, look at them. Happily ever after. Isn't that nice? Well, that was a very good book, and I'm so glad we could read today. And I'm so sorry we had so many interruptions. Oh my, we had a lot going on here, didn't we? That's okay. All right, well, I hope you have a very good day or a very good night, and you have lots of wonderful dreams. And I'll talk to you soon. I hope you enjoyed the story of Cinderella. I did, even though the trash truck came and the phone rang and everything else. I love you.